Isaiah, can you just talk about your progression in the role of punt returner? Coach McIntyre on Thursday night after the game said, it was getting you to catch consistently and all that kind of stuff. Can you just take us through the process of kind of when you started playing the position and how you started to get comfortable with it?
Well, I didn't do any of it last year, but this year during fall camp, I caught a couple punts, just trying it out, just basically for the first time and everything. And then J Mac obviously got the start, and he was doing well all through the year. And then he had that concussion against Arizona State. So, I mean, they tried me back again at practice, and I was able to catch him a lot more comfortably and everything like that. And then Coach DePrado said that he believed in me to go back there and do it. And so then Coach Mac just green-lighted it, and so then we just rolled from there.
Isaiah, over here.
Yeah.
How do you feel this team is dealing with the noise around the program? You guys have always obviously had high expectations within it. Now nationally, there's a different perception of what Colorado is. It appeared to the uninitiated that you guys didn't handle that particularly well the other night. Still won the football game, but didn't handle it as well. Can you give me just a pulse check for where this football team is with that responsibility?
Regarding that, I feel like we are handling it well. We have a lot of seniors on this team, a lot of guys that have gone through everything that this program has been through for the last 3 years, with the downs and the losses and everything like that. And so they're excited to be able to start winning and to reach the goals that we've set for ourselves. But at the same time, we also wake up every day and know that we've been trying to be Pac-12 champions ever since before the season started in fall camp. And that was before anyone believed that we could be able to do it. Anyone believed that after 9 games of the season that we'd be atop the Pac-12 South and everything like that. And so we know that every day that we come out to practice. So that's how we are able to not get caught up in the noise and all these expectations from other people, because we've already set those for ourselves, and we already have the highest expectations that anyone could set.
Isaiah, going into Thursday night, the special teams units this season it's taken some criticism. So a two-part question: how good did it feel for you and that unit to play a huge role in winning that game? And then secondly, how important do you feel like that unit is going to be in some close games coming up here in your guys' gold games here in November?
It's going to be very important, because to win these games that we have left, and hopefully the Pac-12 championship, we're going to need all 3 phases of the game, including special teams. And that's something that Coach McIntyre has talked about us this week, is that we still haven't played a complete Colorado football game in terms of great offense, great defense, and great special teams all inside of one game. We've had great offense some games, we've had great defense some games, and then as you saw at UCLA, we had great special teams in some games. But we've yet to do that all in one, and so that's really what we're looking to do this weekend against University of Arizona, so we can really see where we're at.
Hey, Isaiah, two-part question for you. Number one is the decathlon something fun to do in the offseason, and how much does that help you for football?
It's definitely something that's fun. Something that I've been doing ever since I pretty much started track, something that my dad did, so that's how I got into it. But, yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. And in terms of helping for football, I mean, it just makes me a better athlete all around in terms of speed, jumping ability, all of that. So all of that translates over to football.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Going back to Arizona, going home, what's it going to be like for you, and how important is it for this team to treat them as a threat?
It's definitely, for me personally, it's going to be a lot of fun being able to see my entire family and everyone like that come out to the game and be able to just play in front of like my home crowd, basically. But in terms of us preparing for Arizona, we prepare for every team the same way every single week. It doesn't matter if we're playing the number 1 team in the nation or playing the team that's not ranked or anything like that. So, I mean, we prepare the same way, same week of practice and everything like that, and we don't take a team lightly.
Being from Arizona, the fact that the Wildcats didn't offer you a scholarship, a little extra motivation for you going into this game?
It's not something that I necessarily think about, but it's something that's always in the back of my mind when we play ASU or U of A, just knowing that I came from Arizona, and I would look for those schools to offer me coming out of Arizona, and they didn't, so it's always a little extra motivation just to show them, okay, this is where I'm at now, and, so.
Isaiah, how much are you trying to learn from Cheeto Bay, Tedrick, and Akella? Because I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but next year those guys aren't going to be there, and you're
Right.
going to be one of the most experienced members of the secondaries. How much are you trying to learn from those guys right now?
I mean, I try to learn from them pretty much every single day that we go out on practice, just not only how they play the game of football and what they're looking for on the field, but really just how they handle themselves, how they handle being leaders of the team and being seniors and having everyone look up to them, and having people ask them questions about okay, what scheme is this and how should we attack this play and that play. So I just try to learn how they're able to handle that so that when I get asked those questions next year, I'm able to respond to our younger guys and prepare them for the season.
Isaiah, out of curiosity, do you have, guys that playing high school ball right now that maybe you were on their team with, or, people that were in your situation that are maybe looking at colleges coming up to you now and saying, hey, what about CU? What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of those people back home from my high school and things like that that ask me about CU and how I like it and things like that. But, I mean, I tell them that every decision is basically for them, and everyone's going to have a different take on a different school. So, I mean, once they find one that they like, it's up to them.
Isaiah, in your opinion, how much pride does the defense take in the fact that these last 2 games have come on your shoulders?
Something that we take very prideful. We look for that. We want that, actually, at the end of the games. We want the game to be on our shoulders and the game is on our line and everything like that, because we always feel like we're going to be able to measure up to any team in the Pac-12 and win the game. So.
Who's got the best hair?
On the team, I would say NJ Follow, definitely. I don't know if you guys saw it against UCLA, but he had it braided up and everything. So, I mean, it was pretty cool.
Isaiah, how do you guys view Arizona? They're coming off a 69 to 7 defeat. So, on one hand, they're probably playing for a lot of pride this week, but on the other hand, they might have some scar tissue.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that Coach Levitt talked to us, the defense specifically, about. He basically just said that, I mean, once you come in to U of A on Saturday, the week previous doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter that we beat UCLA with great defense. It doesn't matter that they got beat by Washington State. All that matters is those 4 quarters that are ahead of us. So, I mean, we're just preparing that way. We know that they're going to come out with everything they've got just to, try to knock us off our high horse and everything like that. So, I mean, we're looking for a great game, and I feel like we're going to be ready for it.
Any last questions for Isaiah?
Isaiah, what's the biggest thing yet that you have to learn about punt returning?
Really, the hardest thing to learn is the rotation of the ball. Sometimes when the tip is going down, you know that it's going to stop a lot shorter, and then when it's up, it's carrying. So being able to see that as well as seeing, okay, where are the gunners at and the people coming down? Do I need a fair catch? Do I not need a fair catch? Having to be able to do that all at the same time is probably the number one thing that I still need to learn.
All right. Thank you, Isaiah.
No problem.